Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. This is Jake, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. If you're looking to improve your English and boost your listening skills, you've come to the right place. I promise that by the end of this episode, you'll not only pick up some new vocabulary, but also feel more confident in your English. Stick with me, and let's make learning fun and enjoyable together. Today we're talking about morning routines and how to start your day with energy and motivation. It's something that everyone can benefit from, no matter their lifestyle. Whether you're an early bird who loves to watch the sunrise or someone who struggles to get out of bed without hitting the snooze button a few times, I've got some great tips and personal stories to share with you. I'll walk you through how small changes in your routine can have a massive impact on your mood and productivity. Trust me, a good morning routine can make a huge difference in how your day turns out. It's not just about being productive, but also about setting the right mindset from the very beginning. So without wasting any more time, let's dive right in. You know, mornings used to be tough for me. I would hit the snooze button at least 3 times before dragging myself out of bed. But I realized that the way I started my morning was setting the tone for my entire day. So I decided to change things up a bit. One of the best changes I made was creating a simple but consistent routine. First thing in the morning, I make sure to drink a big glass of water. It sounds basic, but it really helps me wake up and feel refreshed. After that, I do a quick stretch or some light exercises to get my body moving. Nothing too intense, just enough to shake off that morning sluggishness. Then comes my favorite part, breakfast. I like to keep it healthy but satisfying. A bowl of oatmeal with some fresh fruit and a cup of coffee is my go-to. It keeps me full and gives me the energy to tackle the day ahead. Sometimes, if I'm feeling extra fancy, I'll make a smoothie with bananas, spinach, and a little bit of yogurt. I've also learned that keeping my mornings calm and organized helps me stay positive throughout the day. Creating a peaceful environment first thing in the morning helps reduce stress and keeps me focused. Whether it's making my bed, tidying up my space, or just lighting a scented candle, little habits make a big difference. I also take a few minutes to plan out my tasks, or just sit quietly and breathe. It gives me the mental clarity I need to face whatever comes my way. It sounds simple, but it's a game changer, and it has transformed how I approach my day. Now, we're diving into a topic that everyone can benefit from: how to stay productive throughout the day. Being productive doesn't just mean getting more done. It's about making the most of your time and staying focused on what really matters. We all have those days where we just can't seem to get anything done, right? You know, the kind where your mind feels scattered, and no matter how hard you try, nothing seems to move forward. Whether it's distractions, lack of motivation, or just feeling overwhelmed, staying productive can be a real challenge. Sometimes it feels like there's just too much to do and not enough time to do it. But don't worry, I'm here to share some tips that have personally helped me stay on track and make the most out of my day. These are practical, realistic strategies that you can start using right away. By the end of this episode, you'll feel more prepared to tackle your day with purpose and confidence. So, without wasting any more time, let's jump right into it. One thing that really works for me is setting clear, achievable goals at the start of the day. I like to write down 3 main tasks that I absolutely need to get done. It helps me stay focused and gives me a sense of direction. Sometimes I even break those tasks into smaller steps to make them feel less daunting. Checking off each step gives me a little boost of motivation. Another great trick is minimizing distractions. I used to leave my phone on my desk while working, and guess what? I would constantly pick it up to check messages or scroll through social media. Now, I put it on silent and leave it in another room. It's amazing how much more I get done when I'm not constantly checking notifications. Staying organized is also key. I like to keep my workspace tidy and uncluttered. If my desk is messy, my thoughts tend to be messy too. Just spending a few minutes cleaning up before starting work makes me feel more in control and ready to take on the day. And of course, taking breaks is super important. You might think that working non-stop is the key to productivity, but that's far from the truth. Our brains need a little downtime to process information and recharge. It might sound counterintuitive, but stepping away from work for a few minutes actually helps recharge your brain. It's like hitting the reset button, giving yourself a moment to breathe and refocus. Whether it's stretching, grabbing a snack, or just getting some fresh air, a quick break can make a big difference in maintaining productivity throughout the day. Even something as simple as walking around the room or looking out the window can help clear your mind. You'll come back feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the next task with more clarity and energy. As last, we're diving into a topic that can truly transform your life: building healthy habits. Whether you're trying to get more active, eat better, or just take better care of yourself, developing good habits is key. It's not always easy, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature. I've got some personal experiences and practical tips to share with you that will hopefully inspire you to make positive changes. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right into it. I used to struggle a lot with maintaining healthy habits. Back then, I would start with a burst of motivation, excited to take on a new challenge like a diet plan or a workout routine. I would tell myself that this time it would be different, that I would finally stick to it no matter what. But after a week or two, that motivation would fade away, and I'd find myself slipping back into old patterns. It was frustrating because I knew that making small changes would benefit me in the long run, but somehow I just couldn't stick with it. I felt disappointed in myself, questioning why it seemed so hard to maintain something that was supposed to be good for me. One thing that really helped me was breaking my goals down into smaller, more manageable steps. Instead of saying, I'm going to work out every single day, I'd start by committing to just 10 minutes of exercise. Whether it was a quick walk or some light stretching, it made the whole process feel a lot less intimidating. Plus, once I got started, I usually felt motivated to do even more. I would tell myself that even on tough days, just doing those 10 minutes was an accomplishment, gave me a sense of achievement, and made the habit feel more sustainable over time. Eventually, those short bursts of effort turned into longer and more consistent routines without me even realizing it. Another game changer for me was finding activities that I genuinely enjoyed. Instead of forcing myself to do exercises I hated, I looked for things that made me feel good, like dancing around my living room or going for a bike ride in the park. It made staying active feel like a reward rather than a chore. I discovered that when I associated physical activity with fun and enjoyment, it became something I looked forward to rather than something I had to force myself to do. That shift in mindset was huge for keeping me consistent. And of course, I realized how important it is to be kind to yourself during the process. We all slip up sometimes, and that's completely normal. Instead of beating myself up over a missed workout or an unhealthy meal, I remind myself that it's okay to have setbacks. Everyone faces challenges, and being too hard on yourself can make it even harder to get back on track. I learned to take a step back, acknowledge what went wrong, and then gently guide myself to move forward. What matters most is getting back on track without feeling guilty. Treating yourself with compassion makes the journey a lot more enjoyable and sustainable. What about you? Do you have a morning routine that helps you feel energized and motivated? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Drop a comment below and let me know how you start your day. And hey, if you're enjoying this episode, don't forget to check out the playlist in the description for more podcasts like this one. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you found this helpful. Your support means the world to me, and it keeps us going. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Stay awesome and keep practicing your English.